Hello, I'm Matt Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm James Pendleton, and I'm here to talk about the Everton news daily, rounding up all the news of Everton the last few days. Again, another busy week. I feel like I say this all the time now. Things really starting to move, things happening, and we don't feel too far away from another player coming in the door, which is always a relief. Obviously, this week we had Jim Martin retire, leave the club after, I think, was it 40 odd years, 39 years, something like that. Been in the club for a long time. He must have seen 10, 15 managers, umpteen players, nearly 2 stadiums. But yeah, it seemed a bit strange he retired kind of, I don't know, like it wasn't like it was the first day of the month or the last day of the month or what, maybe he just decided, I don't know, strange. But yeah, legendary figure, someone who's been at Everton ever since I've been born, and there's not many of them, and some of the ones who are we're not overly keen on. So no bit of news there. But I saw Big Dunk, really funny. I was in a garage in Formby, and I had my AirPods and I wasn't listening to anything because I was in a shop, but he kind of went to a till that was open, and I was stood at one that was closed, it would seem, because no one was serving me, and then he was like, "Oh, go on, you go," and I was like, "Oh no, that's fine, I'll see," because I had my bike with me. So I was a bit cumbersome, and I was like, if you go, then I can just get straight out, it'll be dead easy. But I didn't really look up because I had my AirPods and I couldn't hear him. And then when I went out, I was like, oh my god, that was Duncan Ferguson. Gave him a little thumbs up, and he gave me a little one of these. But yeah, what a legend! Absolutely massive. He absolutely flew out the car park. So I'm not sure where he was looking. It's the big roundabout on the Formby bypass, if you're familiar. But he absolutely flew out on this massive Audi. But yeah. What a guy. I really wish I'd spotted him earlier, because while I'm not a big fan of asking people like him, famous people, for photos or anything, I'd have to make an exception for Big Dunk, I think, because he's just such a legend. But anyway, moving on. He probably would have told me all right back crap or something anyway, based on one of the last times he was spotted out and about. But anyway, moving on. Everton's actual news this week. Wilfried Gnonto still coming up. I think Tuto, Mercato, Webb have said there's only a couple of €1 million valuation difference now, which sounds great, but I mean, I find it very hard to believe if after this long we're still getting bogged down in €1 million or two. I know money matters for both teams for different reasons, but you think we would have either legged the deal or whatever, I don't know. It's clear Everton really want him based on how these links continue. Fletcher has also said that we are still in negotiations. Leeds are playing hard ball. They don't want to lose him. I think Jorginho Rutter, who's another forward, I think he's more a striker to be fair, but he's gone injured. Patrick Bamford's always injured and isn't very good anymore, I don't think. But yeah, maybe that's why, because it's they're going to need bodies. I know he's not an out-and-out striker, but still, I think forward players, they probably need them. So that's what's going on with him anyway. The signing I'd still really like to get over the line. I'm not sure where he'd play, how he profiled, but super exciting player. Still only 19, I think. Maybe he's just turned 20, I'm not too sure. But yeah, he's still playing in pre-season games and stuff for them. He's still out and about. Leeds' season starts tomorrow, I assume. It starts this weekend anyway. I don't know who they're playing, to be honest, but yeah, that's where we're at with him. So that's come up this week as well. Harry Maguire, we've been linked to it. It's one of those names where I think a lot of people hear that and they think, that's not good. But I mean, I think Harry Maguire is still a very good footballer. I just think a team who went for him, it was the wrong team basically. I think if like the mid-noughties Chelsea would have absolutely loved him. I think he would have been fantastic in a system with a team like that. Less pressure as well, all those things. I just think this United move has been a disaster, because as soon as he wanted to turn progressive, he's just not the guy for that. And then given the captaincy as well, absolute insanity. But yeah, I'd be shocked if he doesn't leave this window, but I imagine he's going to go to West Ham because they've obviously got money. They're still looking for signings. I imagine they'll probably end up getting him, but yeah, I think he'd be silly to stick around for another year where he's not going to be playing first choice. Would I take him? Depends on how much and what his wages would be. We couldn't pay him, Mason Holgate on 77 grand a week, isn't he? So I don't think we can afford to pay him much more than that, and transfer fee wise, nothing more than 15-20 million. They're going to make a huge loss on him. I think they probably thought they'd sign him and he'd end up retiring there, or more or less. But yeah, we'll see. It's Football Insider 24/7 who said we've leapfrogged. That's another leapfrogged rather. Sorry, that's another one of those transfer words I just find hilarious. We've leapfrogged Spurs and West Ham. Sorry, I used to say in negotiations. Spurs are at the sign that fella from Wolfsburg. So we'll see. I'm not too fussed. I don't think we need a centre back, but if he's still there in a few weeks, their asking price lowers. Maybe it's a loan. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't be against that move if I'm being totally honest, but we shall see. Demarai, this turning into a bit of a saga now. He apparently agreed personal terms of Fulham. They've just lost Willian, pretty much it looks like now, which is massively dangerous for them. I think they're going to lose 2 or 3 of their best players this off-season, should I say. So we'll see what happens with them. But yeah, seeing if that's been agreed personal-wise, and it looks like Everton just wanting to get a replacement in. Whether that's Gnonto, whether that's Sulemana who we're still being linked with, I don't know. But yeah, apparently he's not training the last few days, going for Richard Romano, and it's just a case of now getting the numbers sorted, I think. But that looks like a deal that will happen. I'd be very surprised if he's at least still at Everton by the end of the summer. Not sure where he'll go. Obviously, he's a Birmingham lad, isn't he? So I don't think necessarily he's going to be, he's been linked with a team in Saudi, he's been linked with a couple of teams in London, Fulham, Palace, West Ham as well, actually. We've also been linked to him, so we'll see. Shea Adams, tentative discussions. I mean, again, I just found that hilarious. What does that mean? Is that like they're kind of like asking the question when hiding behind the curtain, or what does it mean tentative? Is it not just can we sign this player? Are you going to leg him? Are you interested? How much of the fee going to be? All those sorts of things. I really don't know, but we'll wait and see. I'd be fine with Shea Adams, cheap fee. I think he'd do a good job for us. He's not a glamorous centre forward, but I think he got 13 goal involvements last year, which I don't think any of our players got more than 11 or 12. I think McNeil got. So that's in all competitions anyway, like as I say. But we'll see what happens there. But I say the Echo have said that, so we will see. Sport Witness, Sean Lund tweeted, I'm not sure what the actual source was, but Sport Witness have said that they believe Chimiti is not going to fly out for the game tomorrow against Sporting Club de Portugal. I think the rumours were that he was going to fly with the team and then maybe play the game and then stick around after, or something ridiculous. I saw someone tweeting, well, that was a source with the joke, I don't know, but yeah, people were saying he flew out and he was going to be here yesterday or today, and then he just wasn't going to play tomorrow. I really don't know what's going to happen with this. I guess what Sport Witness and Sean Lund have come out with, which is he'll fly over in the next few days, probably Monday or Tuesday, I guess. Have medical, get signed next week. That's what it looks like could happen. But yeah, it's gone a little bit quiet, which I'm not saying I'm concerned about it. I think this is another deal, a bit like the Gray one. It sounds like it's going to happen. I think I'm getting all the right sounds from it, but we'll see. Anyway, that's what they're reckoning that probably won't happen before the weekend. So, and then finally, Zanaluke Laban, under 21 goals, gone to Farsley Celtic. I think National League North or South, not even sure what a random club. But obviously Harry Tyra went on loan to I think Chester last season, did really well there. Yeah, I mean, goalie is without doubt the hardest position to have someone come from your academy. I think straight out, I think up front also very difficult, but I think a goalie is just because you can't put them into the first team, unless they are very, very, very good. They're gonna have to go out on loan. Yeah, I don't know, it's interesting, but I say Harry Tyre did well there. Hopefully Luke Laban does well there, and then who knows, maybe we could look to move one of these guys on. Obviously City last season had James Trafford on loan in League One with Bolton. He's now gone for 20 million to Burnley, so I do think you can develop goalkeepers quite nicely. Might take another year or two than what it would for an outfield player, but we'll see what happens to Tyra. Luke Laban's gone on that similar journey into non-league. We wish him all the best. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's all the news for the last couple of days. As I say, we're still being linked with Sulemana. We're still being linked with Holgate and Gomez going. But just nothing has really developed since we last spoke about it. So yeah, we'll see. Nice one for listening, everyone. Let us know your thoughts down below. Who would you sell? Who would you keep? What players you want to see coming in? All those things. Let me know what you think to the news today. And we'll see you next time. Nice one.